edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBet. WynnBet is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBet has what you need to win. Bet 100, get 100 at WynnBet.com or download the WynnBet app now and start winning today. Save restrictions apply. We're also brought to you by the D-Gen Dance. Our March Madness Bankroll contest is back. Free to enter and $1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Plus, we've got first half under bingo. Enter both contests on the SGPN app. Welcome, everyone, to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. No, I got to call it like I see it. Not often is the pitch to catch so perfect. Shout out to the guys behind the booth, Sean. They never know because you're like a sidearm slider pitcher. It's always slightly different timing, but they caught it perfectly there. So
shout out to the Blue Wire technical crew, killing it as always. Join us here to talk college basketball. Colby Dant, aka the Dantabase. What's up, Colby?
Vegas shirt number 3 on. Feeling good about this, guys. Feeling good about Vegas. You know.
Wow.
I feel just the cocktails already got, you know. It's
wife
just
packed?
Arizona State's up 13.
The wife packed for him. We learned earlier in the week the wife packed, so we got buttons.
She deep dives, all right? Clearly, by saving the day with.
Yes, she did. Your wife did come through with the scuba mask, which maybe we'll see some of those as the show goes on. For the people diving deep, joining us here to talk March Madness brackets, you know him from Fox Sports Radio, Mr. Jared Smith. What's happening, Jared?
This is a dream, guys. This is the dream team. I feel like the 6th man of the year. You call him off the bench. A couple guys in foul trouble.
Yeah.
We need a little bit. I mean, it's like the microwave here. I mean,
Let's go.
An exciting
Am I like Larry Bird after he did the driveway for his mom?
Yes.
I got to lay down on my back for a little bit. I can do that.
Colby does have a back brace on. He will be periodically resting on the floor of the studio.
Got to get the physio out back during halftime to get the shot in there. You know, make yourself feel better for the second half.
And apologies for my co-host. You didn't author him as a fellow advocate for the first half.
Fellow advocate for the first half.
I'm invested. I bet him before I came here.
Well, and now
you should have seen Jared's face when he told us. He's like, I already got my Thursday first half unders.
I love it. They're locked in.
Now, of course, they are locked in. 1 and 2 so far in the first 4. Ryan, it doesn't look good for this last game. For the first 4, are you off? Are we off first half unders? People are asking on Twitter when it started out 1 and 2. Are you off first half unders?
Can we ISO over here, please? Yeah. All right, here. I'm looking to look at the camera over here. All right, so the amount of times I've already put out the Mel Gibson hodl meme is out of control. Guys, A, it's a small sample size. B, don't be a fucking pussy. Like,
Two great points.
We're not even to Thursday yet.
Yeah, guys, what are we doing here? This is a staple. And I understand you're probably just trolling me because you know it makes me very upset when this happens. But come on, hold strong. We're in this together. No I in team unless Sean's talking about his bets in the fall.
Okay, well, I did start out 3-0 so far ATS in the first 4, but we're not here to tout, Ryan.
Before
the first 4 count for your tournament record.
Yeah,
of course, it's like an asterisk.
When it wins.
When it wins. Well, the real tournament starts Thursday.
Yeah. These are if they lose, they're playing games. If they hit, they're a part of the tournament.
I did have a heart to heart with Sean. I was like, dude, we're only on Wednesday, and you're touting pretty hard. Maybe back off a little bit.
I mean, we did a first 4 episode. I hit my lock and my dog. I haven't even mentioned to people that I was on Fairleigh Dickinson +2. No
Great
sweat. You're welcome, America. Oh, listen to that noise. That's right. We are talking sports gambling. And you know the best place to bet? WynnBet. That's right. Bet big, win even bigger. Bet 100, get 100. State restrictions apply. So many ways to win. Of course, my personal favorite, spinning that parlay wheel. I love that thing. Extra bonuses on top of your sweet parlay. And, of course, if you hit the biggest parlay of the week, $1,000 free credit courtesy of WynnBet. And, of course, you're home for getting down on all the college basketball action. WynnBet. Bet big, win even bigger. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at WynnBet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBet is available. If you're serving notice, give it from call 1-800-522-4700. And, of course, make sure to check out the D-Gen Dance. That's right. Our March Madness bankroll contest is back. $1,000 cash prizes. First half under bingo, all in the SGPN app. Let's go. And also, breaking news, Colby, Kramer, and I will be doing a live show at the Ice House in Los Angeles. It's actually in Pasadena, April 1st, 7:30 p.m. It's a Final Four watch party. You can get tickets over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/icehouse, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/icehouse.
A lot cheaper than Disneyland, right? A lot cheaper than Disneyland.
Yes.
So fly out, come out to the Ice House.
Yeah. If you're anywhere in the area, come out. It is fun.
Yeah.
We'll be watching the games.
It is hard to deep dive in ice, guys.
That is worth noting.
So we might have to bring a couple extra snorkeling masks.
Get all your prep done before the show.
Yes, exactly.
Probably not going to be much work done that night anyways, I bet.
No. And, man, chat is lit. Make sure you go to youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast. Smash! That subscribe button. And, chat is lit. Weehawk saying foul trouble is that code for too many cocktails in Vegas.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
One guy.
I'm in early foul trouble.
2 quick ones before the first media.
Pete Keys and Beat says, "Sup guys, Kramer with the substitute teacher outfit." Oh, how dare you!
Whoa.
That's a classy looking blazer.
Yeah.
Come on.
That is not.
Look at you repping the brand.
Look at
It's even
too,
got
right?
the little slit there, a little white.
Hey,
little
motherfuckers!
flash of color.
My beautiful fans are out here. They're out here. They're here to see me because I'm dressed sharp.
Absolutely.
Because I'm sexy.
This is. I'll be honest. This is because it's people just stare the whole time.
They think you're like insanely famous.
They think you're with Ben Roethlisberger right now. All right? That's the reality right there.
It's fair.
All right, Ben, can we qualify it? Ben Roethlisberger after he finished playing and lost some weight.
Yeah, that's better than someone on Twitter said I look like Sean Astin. 5 feet nothing, 100 and nothing. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I would be
I get
honored.
James Corden all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I could see
All
that.
the time.
I could see
Well,
that.
you did get thrown out of a restaurant
100%.
recently, right? For
Yes.
being rude to the server. You've been
Terrible.
banned from the restaurant.
No singing ability or dancing ability whatsoever. But I get that all the time. All the time.
Big carpool karaoke guy,
Yeah.
Jared is. All right, guys. Everyone's asking, what are you doing for your brackets? What's your bracket look like? It's time. Enough messing around. Let's give out our brackets. I think we go, what's the best way to do it? By region, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Give me a second.
Oh, here he is. He's wearing the snorkel mask.
Can you breathe in that
Yeah, is
thing?
it fitting the
I
head?
may sound a little nasally.
Wow.
All right, I will be your MC for the night.
Yes.
This is
What do you
awesome.
got, Kramer? Why don't
right.
you
Can you
start, Kramer?
see in that thing?
We're starting in the South region.
Okay.
I have Bama advancing, West Virginia, San Diego State, Furman, Creighton, UCSB is one of my upsets there, Utah State, Arizona. Utah State then upsets Arizona.
Wow.
Creighton defeats the Gauchos of Santa Barbara. San Diego State defeats Furman, and Bama takes down WVU. Sorry, Moneyline Mac. Next up, 2020 national champions, the San Diego State Aztecs. They defeat Bama. They are what's right with the world, so they defeat the evil empire known as Bama, and they will be taking on Creighton, who beats Utah State, San Diego State in the Final Four.
All right.
I'll stop there. So San Diego State in the Final Four for me in the South region.
Not afraid of the Mountain West curse.
Yeah.
Oh, Kramer's all in on Mountain
All
West.
in on Mountain West.
All in on
I'm
Mountain
sorry, what?
11 and 27.
All right, here we go.
Against the
I got
spread.
Alabama.
Get your numbers out of here.
Numbers have no place with the man who snorkels. I got Alabama, West Virginia, San Diego State, Furman, Creighton, Baylor, Utah State, Arizona. I got Arizona moving on. I got Creighton moving on. I got our Aztecs moving on. I got Bama moving on. Then I got Bama beating San Diego State. I got Creighton beating Arizona, and then I have Creighton winning the South. Give me the Creighton Blue Jays to win the South. Colby, what do you got?
It's blank.
It's blank. Did you not feel like
I got it up here, Sean?
Here we go.
It's just a prop.
He can't trust the paper. The paper might tell something.
Well, I'll be honest. I was filling out my bracket earlier today, and Green comes waltzing in after lunch.
I did waltz.
And he shows me his bracket, and we had the same Final Four team, so I had to pivot. I had to pivot and get off of that thing. I know he's 3-0 right now, but I had to pivot and change. But yeah, I'm on Alabama, West Virginia, San Diego State, Virginia, Creighton, Baylor, Utah State, and Arizona. It's actually more of the. This is probably the chalkiest
Colby, just so
region.
you know, we gave out our round robin money line parlay had Furman in there.
Really? He's already benedicted our round robin.
I have. Okay, let's move it to Furman. It doesn't matter. I got them losing in the next round. All right. I'm back on Furman. All right. You hurt me with the fact that you said I was a fan of Mark Furman. So I had to pivot from that too. No, Alabama, then San Diego State. I have beating Furman. Then Creighton takes down Baylor. Then Arizona takes down Utah State. Then Arizona gets the best of Creighton, and Alabama gets the best of West Virginia. And Alabama then moves along over San Diego State, and then Zona beats Bama. Zona in the Final Four. Jay Billis. Listen to Billis.
Do you want to borrow this mask? It sounds like you're snorkeling. I can't wait to hear Jared.
Jared, what do you got for us?
It's pretty chalky, I'm not going to lie. This is one of the chalkier regions. I have Bama, West Virginia, San Diego State, UVA, Creighton, Baylor, Utah State, Arizona. Then Alabama, San Diego State, Creighton, Arizona, and then I have Bama and Creighton in the Elite Eight, and I have Bama going to the Final Four. I thought Bama, I thought they looked like the best team.
Oh, by far.
And I think it's hard. I think Miller's got a little Carmelo in him, a little thug Mello.
Oh, wow.
Like, he's got that ability to take over
he
a
really
game and
could.
take over
he
a
really
tournament.
could just dominate a tournament.
I had Creighton before I realized he had Creighton.
Oh,
Colby wants credit for Creighton if that hits. Arizona, if that hits. Alabama, he would have been on Alabama.
That would be a really fun Elite Eight game. Because both of those teams just get up and down.
All right, Kramer, what region are we on?
All right, we're going to drop down to the East, where I have Purdue. My guy's Purdue, the only Big Ten team I'm backing in the first round. Memphis, Duke, Tennessee, Providence, Ed Cooley and the boys get it done. Kansas State, USC, and Marquette. I then have Memphis advancing over Purdue, upset city, baby. Duke, unfortunately, beats Tennessee. Kansas State over Providence, and USC upsets Marquette. Wow. Kansas State then upsets USC, or defeats USC. Memphis advances over Duke. Sean, as you can see, I made a correction here. I had Duke going far originally, and then I realized that was fucking stupid. Memphis then defeats Kansas State, and Memphis will be representing the East in the Final Four to take on San Diego State, which was a matchup in D-Gen Magic.
Didn't you give out Louisiana Lafayette as your dog, or am I remembering a different
play
show?
that Benedict music, huh? Snort.
Got some run there. They almost got to the second part of it.
You guys, this is a bracket
strategy
discussion. I mean, the money line value is ridiculous.
Okay, I got it.
You
are playing both sides of the line here. All right, for me, I got Purdue, FAU, Duke, Louisiana Lafayette, because I also liked them on the money line, Providence, Kansas State, Michigan State, Marquette. I have Michigan State beating Marquette. I have Providence beating Kansas State, Duke beating Louisiana Lafayette, Purdue beating FAU, Duke beating Purdue, Michigan State beating Providence, and Michigan State winning the East, knocking it off the Dukies.
Act.
Colby, what do you got?
I got Purdue, Memphis, Duke, Tennessee, Providence, Kansas State, Michigan State, and Marquette all winning those first-round matchups. In the second round, the Memphis Tigers, take down Purdue and get it done. I have Duke beating Tennessee in the second round, and then I have Kansas State beating Providence and Michigan State beating Marquette. Then I have Michigan State beating K-State, and then I have Memphis beating Michigan State. I got the Memphis Tigers in the Final Four. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, I'll join you. I'll join you.
He's going deep. He's got the mask on.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
We're going deep.
I'll tell you what. The people outside have no fucking clue where we're
They
going.
think you guys are absolutely
They're like,
cracked
what
out
kind
of your
of-
skull right now. They're like, well, that's what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Is this a
right?
deep sea diving podcast? That's what they're thinking out there.
Like, are they breaking down some aqua sports? What's
man.
going on?
Is there actual water in the fishbowl?
All right, I've got Purdue. I've got FAU. I love this Owls team, by the way. I used to work at FAU. That was my second job out of college as their SID, and we'll get to the next round in a minute.
Close to the heart.
Love Boca Raton. That's where my mom lives. Big fan of Boca. Duke, Tennessee, Kentucky, K-State, USC, Marquette. Then I have Marquette over Kentucky. I have FAU over Purdue. Or excuse me, I have Kentucky over Kansas State first, Marquette over USC. So Marquette in the Elite Eight, or the Elite Eight. Yeah.
Oh,
Sweet.
after they defeat Kentucky.
Yes. I have Marquette going all the way to the final.
There
four.
you go.
I have FAU over Purdue. I have Duke over FAU. I have Duke, Marquette in the Elite Eight, and I have Marquette going into the Final Four.
Well, that's a really prestigious private school pussy.
It really is.
And
Actually.
loves him some
Duke,
Shaka.
Marquette, Elite Eight.
Oh,
I totally butchered the rounds there. I can't even see here.
That's all right.
This bracket is like,
There's
I'm
a lot
going off
going
of the
on.
bracket that I submitted here. And
There's a
people
lot
are
going on in the
staring.
room right now, you know?
Easy in the YouTube chat saying, has anyone ever worn a sports coat and snorkel at the same time before?
No.
Kramer out here making fashion statements. All right, Kramer, what's the next, where are we going? Midwest, West? What do you want to do?
Sorry, I'm just trying to gather my breath in this mask. Next up, the Midwest region.
Mouth breather over here.
I've turned into a part-time mouth breather as I get through this segment. Midwest, we have Houston advancing. We have Auburn advancing because it's a virtual home game. Miami takes down Drake, who I think will be a popular dog. Kent State advances. We love Kent State. I had Mississippi State here, so I'm going to cross that off, and I'm now going to say Iowa State because Pitt is trash. Xavier advances over Kennesaw State. A&M, Buzz, and the boys advance to take on Texas in the second round, where A&M defeats Texas. Horns down. Xavier will be their opponent. Kent State upsets Miami, and Houston advances. Next round, we have Houston taking down Kent State as Sasser returns to the team. A&M over Xavier, and Houston beats A&M in a little Texas-on-Texas matchup. Houston will be home for the Final Four as they take down the Midwest region.
All right, I got Houston, Auburn, Drake, K-State, Pittsburgh. We always have one 11 seed win, and it's going to be Pittsburgh. Xavier, Penn State, of course, Texas.
Yeah.
Penn State beats Texas.
Yeah,
Horns down.
let's go.
Then Xavier obviously handles Pitt. Kansas State beats Drake. Houston beats Auburn. Houston beats Kansas State. Xavier, unfortunately, knocks off Penn State. And then Houston wins the Midwest. Colby, what do you got in that scuba mask?
Oh, we're going Houston to take down Northern Kentucky. Houston takes down Northern Kentucky. Then the Auburn Tigers win at the Jungle. The Jungle was on wheels as it heads to Birmingham. Drake beats Miami. Kent State beats Indiana. Iowa State beats Pitt. Xavier beats Kennesaw. A&M beats Penn State. Texas beats the Toothpaste Company. And then Texas beats Texas A&M in a big one there. Hook 'em horns. Xavier takes down Iowa State. Kent State beats Drake. And Houston beats Auburn. Then Houston beats Kent State. Then Texas beats Xavier, and we have a Houston-Texas Elite Eight.
Ooh,
That's going to be in the Big 12 for one more year next year. But I got the Houston Cougars winning this one and advancing to the Final Four.
Let's
go! Let's go!
Yeah, that sounds very familiar to mine. I got Houston over NKU. I've got Auburn, home game in Birmingham. Yeah. I'll be honest, I love this Drake team. I know it's a very public pick, but the line's telling you that this game's going to be tight. And I think DeVries is a star. Kent State over Indiana. I do have Pitt. I have Xavier over Kennesaw. Obviously, I have to pick Penn State. So I've watched 3 Rose Bowls during my time as a Penn State alum and 1 NCAA tournament game. Like, the odds of that happening are just crazy. This will be my second NCAA tournament game that I've been able to watch as a Penn State alum in my entire life. Texas over Colgate. I do have Texas beating Penn State. I think they're just too strong right now.
Horns down.
I know, but they're just
they are good.
They look so good in the Big 12 tourney. I have Xavier and I have Drake going to the Sweet 16.
Ooh.
And then Houston over Auburn, and I have Houston over Drake in the Sweet 16, and then Texas beating Xavier. And I think this matchup is going to be an absolute war, Houston against Texas, and I have Houston going to the Final Four.
All right.
I like it. The Houston Texan match, or Houston Texas in the Elite Eight, that would be an awesome matchup.
Yeah, really would.
I like that bit of a slip there. Houston Texans, our squad. All right, next up, we got the final region, the West region. Kansas over Howard. Arkansas over Illinois, because we're fading the Big Ten guys. VCU upsets St. Mary's. UConn over Iona. TCU takes down the winner of this game, although the way Arizona State is putting it to Nevada, I might have to change my mind. Zags over Grand Canyon. Boise State over Northwestern. UCLA over UNC Asheville. Then we got Kansas taking down Arkansas. UConn taking down VCU. Almost picked an upset there. Zags over, VCU over UConn. Zags over TCU. UCLA over Boise State. I really want to see Gonzaga and UCLA play in the Sweet 16. Give me UCLA. Almost switched it to the Zags. Couldn't get it done. Then we have Kansas and UConn. Kansas advances. Kansas takes down UCLA. Bill Self, a little tragic magic, a little reversal of the commandments. Kansas is in the final.
Wow, right.
Jumping down there in that water, huh?
All right, here
Let's go.
Yeah, Kansas, the #1 seed, going deep. I have Kansas winning. Arkansas, VCU, UConn, TCU, Grand Canyon shocks the world.
No shot.
Shout out to Moneyline Mac, who was like, we were debating whether or not to get on Grand Canyon. We had some whiskey, and we decided it was a great choice. Boise State, UCLA. Then I have UCLA beating Boise State. I have TCU beating Grand Canyon. I got VCU making it to the Sweet 16, knocking out UConn. That's a fun prop bet. Kansas beats Arkansas. Kansas beats VCU. UCLA beats TCU. UCLA beats Kansas and advances to the Final Four. Colby, how say you?
Let me have a sip of this beverage.
Wow.
Can you? You're going to spill on? You're going to go to shirt number 4 here.
Just sipping that beautiful whiskey you guys did for Christmas.
That sound drop really blew Jared's mind because he's looking at Colby. He's like, wait, he's not talking. He is.
Just sipping that beautiful whiskey you guys gave me for Christmas.
I think the sound drop's my favorite thing about this podcast.
Colby, enough bragging about all your whiskey. Give us your picks.
I'm going with the Kansas Jayhawks. I'm going with Arkansas as well. Right after that to take down Illinois. Then I got VCU, UConn, TCU, the Zags, Boise State with an upset as a 10 seed, and then UCLA. In the second round, I got UCLA beating Boise State. I got TCU beating Gonzaga. I got UConn taking down VCU. I got the Jayhawks taking down Arkansas. And then I got the Jayhawks taking down UConn. And I got TCU beating UCLA. And then TCU beating Kansas.
Woo!
Deep dive with me.
Love it.
Deep dive with me.
Deep dive.
I got TCU at 35-1 to win the title from like a month ago, so I would.
Let's go.
I would be thrilled about that.
Oh, we lost a player on the team that had some problems? Get him the fuck out of here, all right?
Only one of the better big men in the entire conference, but no big deal.
It's not relevant.
Yeah, it's not relevant. I have Kansas over Howard. I have Arkansas over Illinois. I like St. Mary's coming off the big blowout. I think they bounce back. They beat VCU. UConn over Iona. That's going to be a fun game in Albany. TCU over, it looks like Arizona State. Gonzaga, obviously. Come on, Sean. Grand Canyon.
Come on.
Come on, it's
Come
fun.
on. It is fun. But I think Gonzaga wins that game. I think Boise State gets the win against Northwestern. UCLA over Asheville, although Pember is a rock star. He scares me.
I think they cover.
Yeah, man, you saw what UCLA almost lost in the first round last year. I have UCLA over Boise, Gonzaga over TCU, UConn to the Sweet 16 over St. Mary's, and Kansas. Then UConn over Kansas going to the Elite Eight.
Wow, okay.
Everyone's off the UConn bandwagon right now, but they have an argument to be a top 4. I mean, they're 4th in KenPom ratings. It could be a 1 or a 2 seed. They're 4th.
True.
And I have that Gonzaga-UCLA matchup, which is going to be fantastic. But I do have UCLA advancing and then UCLA going to the final.
UCLA.
I have a future on UCLA, too. I usually pick my bracket based around what I want to see happen with my futures. I have Houston. I have UCLA. Those are my 2 biggies.
Worth noting, as you remember from the commandments, Sean,
Yes.
the 4 teams that are currently inside the KenPom top 20, offense and defense, UConn, Houston, Texas, and Alabama.
Yeah,
So,
wow, there you
all
go.
right, we're in the Final Four.
Final Four. Colby just took the scuba mask
It's
off.
hot, man.
It's
That
hot.
thing's hot.
It's reflected in my eye. I will make it through the bit because Unlike you, I free dive like a man, and sometimes you got to hold that breath a little longer than you want to. San Diego State and Memphis, unfortunately, they are our gals, but Memphis, Penny Hardaway, the youth sports legend who took his team from 6th grade to Memphis and the Final Four, they get it done. They're in the championship game, and they will be facing the winner of Houston, Kansas, who is Houston. They're at home. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Revenge spot from the AAC championship game. Houston with Sasser gets it done. Chalk wins. Nance, Houston alum, last Final Four he'll ever call, gets it done at home in Houston. If you don't believe in conspiracies, you're stupid. Solved it.
Drinks are on me if Houston wins it all, because that'll be a really nice payout. 22-1 from last April.
There we go.
Sounds like the good-looking side of the table's on the same thing here.
All right, so I got Houston, UCLA. UCLA knocks out Houston.
Oh, boo.
So much experience. Creighton Blue Jays, Michigan State. The Blue Jays move on.
Wow.
To face UCLA in the finals. And the UCLA Cocaine Bruins take down the national championship.
Colby, someone once told me you don't mow another man's lawn. You shared a very intimate moment with your wife where you said she liked the Creighton Blue Jays.
She did. She
and what
picked
does
them
Sean do?
To win it all.
Yeah.
What does
And
Sean do?
I didn't step on his turf. I didn't pick Creighton.
I had them until I saw that. All right, you trying to move in on my squirrel?
Fading Sean and fading your wife.
Play that lawnmower sound.
It's a bold strategy.
Sean's over there mowing some lawns that aren't his.
He's struggling to find it. Okay.
Sorry, I'm firing it up.
Start it up. I have Arizona and Memphis in the Final Four. I have the Arizona Wildcats taking down the Memphis Tigers. And then I have the Houston Cougars beating TCU. And I have a little cat, one-on-one here. The Wildcats against the Cougars. And I got Houston. I got it going chalk too, man. This is the Nance thing. I'm buying into that. It's just like when the Patriots won after 9/11. This is Nance. The Saints won after Katrina. This makes sense. This makes sense. Houston wins it all by 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Calling a shot.
Bit of a stretch given.
Comparing Nance to the Hurricane Katrina. That is a stretch.
He's creating
I'm
a
just
large.
saying there's a storyline. That's all I'm saying. There's a storyline.
In Colby's mind, the New York metropolitan area stretches up to Boston.
Man. Temple was terrible the year after Cosby got locked up.
Wow. All right, let's go. And what do you got, Jared?
I've got Alabama over Marquette. I got Houston over UCLA, and I've got Houston beating Bama in the title game. So I've got the Cougs.
Show bet.
Cougar Town.
All right, we're going to talk a little props before we do. Oh, shades are on.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to Shady Rays. Love my Shady Rays. These are great for Las Vegas. Again, what's awesome about it is, one, their replacement policy. If you scratch, lose, whatever happens to your pair, even on day one, they will replace your Shady Rays. So you can wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they got your back long after you purchase it. Kramer's been rocking his Shady Rays all over Las Vegas. These things are legitimately so hot. Love the, look at it. Just go to youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast. If you want to see someone who looks like a legit badass, just look at me with my Shady Rays on.
I thought you were paying a compliment to me.
Well, right. You got your sport coat on. You got the sport coat T-shirt look. It's working for you.
Looks good.
I got to be honest. I'm seeing this leather down here, and I'm starting to get
That's
ideas.
the next step in the
I
Vegas.
get a lot of compliments about this jacket.
Oh,
Yeah. It is a fire jacket.
I bought it in Florence, Italy, with my ex-wife on our honeymoon.
That's hot.
Well, there you go.
That's hot. Don't tell Sean that. He might get some ideas.
She's already
moved
re-upped.
Well, maybe she
Reload bonus.
You got to get that. You got to qualify your rollovers.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it sounds like you're a single guy, Jared. Maybe rock some Shady Rays, find some sweet babes.
They look really good.
Go to Shady
I do
Rays.
prefer the darker mirrored lenses than those.
Yeah.
I look like I feel like I need to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, Florida.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go.
I'm gonna go to Hawaii and
where
Florida
FAU is right now.
and rock them.
Fit right in.
Rock them down in Boca. Just go to ShadyRays.com. Use promo code SGPN for 50% off 2 pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 200,000 people. That's ShadyRays.com. Promo code SGPN.
All right.
It's hot after deep diving, man.
It is
You're
warm.
hot. I was fogging that mask up. What you guys don't know is I couldn't see shit in there. All right,
Kind of like your picks, huh?
Oh, wow. Jesus.
So mean, Colby.
Colby or Sean, you were right. Colby does look like he's maybe needs some sleep, a little cranky.
He is.
He's a little cranky. All right, how do you want to do this? You want to pick the games that we have left first, or do you want to do some futures first?
Let's throw out some futures we like.
All right.
Obviously, we just gave out our entire bracket, but
Well, some things to note from my bracket.
Yeah.
If you want to look at the region winners, obviously not a ton of fun betting on favorites like Kansas or Houston. But if you liked my idea around advancing a team like, if you like my idea about Memphis, for example,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see shit with these guys.
I saw them 20-1 to win their region.
I don't know what's going on here. All right.
I'll start off with one for me.
There we go. Yeah, 20-1 plus 2,000. That feels like the price that makes the most. I understand that FAU is gonna screw us because Memphis feels a little public.
They might. But
And
I think both of those teams would be live. Like I would, like for example,
Well, they're
like,
25-1.
I like picking. First of all, the money line rollovers you're gonna get more for it, but it's a lot harder to do because that third bet when it's like $1,000, you're like, are you sure? Should I really be doing this?
Parlay.
Yeah, exactly. But I think I like picking teams in the pod that I think are going to advance, and I like making Sweet 16 or Final Four bets on each kind of like mini pod.
Yeah.
So FAU Memphis would be one. Drake Kent State would be the other one.
Grab one
because like we're confident that one of those teams is going to spring one of those upsets, and I like grouping them together because you have better chances of getting one of those through to the next round, and then you have some options. So I would say Kent State and Drake as Sweet 16 or Final Four, and then I would say Memphis and FAU Sweet 16.
Drake and Kent State to win the region are 45 and 55-1.
I mean,
Kent State
tough against Houston, but you get.
But Kent State almost knocked them off in
I
Houston.
know they played them really tight. I think Kent State's legit. I really do. I might change my Sweet 16 to Kent State after talking this out now.
I like it.
There we go.
We're getting in Jared's head.
You
Getting
really
him
are,
the question.
actually.
For
I do
me,
like Drake a lot, though.
For me, Michigan State, obviously, to win that region. I mean, you got teams you love to fade. Purdue, love fading Purdue in the tournament. Duke, I don't think they're gonna win the region. And then Marquette, I think Michigan State can beat this Marquette team. So Michigan State to win their region, 12-1. Give it to me,
Jared. Who'd you have winning the East?
I had Marquette.
See this is the one that I think
no idea what's going on in that region.
Yeah,
by the way.
and that's
I
the
don't
one-
trust
it
Purdue.
just feels wide open.
100%
for me.
And Marquette at the Garden too is a thing. They play all their Big East tournament games there. They're there every year.
they just won the Big East.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think Marquette at the Garden is
for sure.
is
But-
definitely an angle.
All four. Well, no, me and you both had Memphis, but I just feel like play something in that your odds.
Yes.
That thing is open.
Like FAU and Memphis.
Yeah, that thing is
I would have
open.
Final Four tickets for both of those teams.
And I wouldn't even mind. I don't mind the Michigan State play. I can build a case for a lot of teams. I know Mac out there, Moneyline Mac's got K-State. I can see that happening too.
They're
All right,
tough.
so let's talk about it then. This is what everyone always asks. They always want to know the number. So over under some of the seeds in the Final Four.
Ooh.
When I say it like that, it sounds a little strange. 12 and a half. Some of the seeds is 12 over under 12 and a half.
I'm on over. I'm on over.
So you need like an 8 or a 9, really.
Well, I
to
have
get
Memphis in the Final Four, and then I
That'll
have
get it
TCU on the other side.
That'll get it
But
there.
even if it's not TCU, I think Kansas right now is a look at all your one seeds right now. Okay, Purdue, bad history in the NCAA tournament. Painter gets out coached almost every year there in the NCAA tournament. Alabama's got a scandal still present, and also Nate Oates.
Scandal?
Nate Oates also struggles in March. We haven't seen him make a deep run in March yet. Then you have Houston with the Sasser situation, and you have Kansas with the Self situation. I'm seeing he's not going to coach the Howard game maybe, but I know that's just Howard. You wonder how much energy you could really put in when you have an issue, a health issue like that. and they're a younger team than they were a year ago. I think the ones might be pretty vulnerable here. I know I only had one seed in the Final Four. How many did you guys have?
2.
I think I have 2.
The sum in my bracket, I had a 5.
Yeah, 2.
5,
Houston
8,
and Alabama.
5, 8, 1, 1. So I'm at 15.
I have 5, 7, 2, 1. So
Yeah,
I have
I'm
15.
1, 2, 1. I'm at 6. I'm really low. I'm shocked.
I'm at 17.
I will tell you, this is a. I mean, you've said it all year. You've said it all year. This is wide open, right? But this number is typically 11. 11.
Yeah,
So they're
I saw it open at
factoring
11.
it
I think
in.
it went up.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So, and again, I think that speaks to where we are
Yeah.
in the whole landscape of college hoops right now. There's a lot of parity this year.
see, my take on it was I feel like I'm kind of a little aggressive with my Final Four representation of lower seeds, and I'm still only a little over. Like
It probably stays under 12.5.
Yeah, like I guess I'll give out over 12.5, but I don't love it because it does feel like it's adjusted already.
Yeah. All right. Well, how many one seeds will be in the Final Four? So obviously, you can bet on this as well. But you know what the favorite is?
2.
0.
Really?
Plus 125 for 0. 1 and 2 are plus 275. 3 is 10-1, and 4 is 66-1.
Oh, 4 would be nuts. There's no way 4 is that. Has it ever happened? It has happened before, right?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah,
I
relatively
remember that.
recently,
Yeah,
too, right?
like past decade maybe.
Yeah.
66-1 is
That's I would say I would absolutely take a shot on that.
I just can't see Purdue there. But yeah,
also think about where you are. Like those teams are going to be favored most likely in the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
So if all you really need is 2 or 3 of the 4, and then you could bet the Elite, like depending on how the timing works of the games.
These odds are so crazy. I'm furiously looking it up.
100% take
to make
66 to 1.
To make sure I didn't screw it up. I mean that almost sounds too good to be true.
100%. That
We
sounds too
would
good.
now do the math. Is that better than the 4-team? Because if you parlayed the
that's a good
region
point.
winners, you would get plus 330 for Kansas, plus 135 for Houston, plus 300 for Purdue,
I think it'd be less than 66
plus
to 1.
150 with Alabama. Yeah, it'd probably be less, right?
I would guess, but I don't
No,
know. I
it's
can't
about-
do parlay odds in my head. Really.
Roughly similar. It's probably worse actually. It's probably like 69-1 or something like that.
Nice.
Well, there you go.
All
That
right,
was a
so
very
yeah,
specific
definitely do
number
that.
you just pulled out.
Four. I mean, I will do rough math. 4 times 4 is 16. Times
Yeah.
2 is 32. Times 2 is 64. And they're
They
like I
juice
rounded.
those parlay odds.
And
a
I
little bit,
I
though.
rounded down too, so that it's probably
it'll
like
probably be more,
true
yeah.
odds is like that doesn't make sense. It would be that big, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I'm not looking at the odds, I feel like 2 is a good bet this year,
Sure.
and even at 275, that almost feels reasonable. All right, last one that's always fun. Well, actually, 2 more buzzer beaters.
There haven't been any in a while.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
we didn't
find
get
Long
any last
time.
year, right?
All right, so
Yeah,
listen to
long
this.
time.
Yeah.
Couldn't find a straight total, but we got 0 is at minus 235, 1 plus 240, 2 7-1, and 3 20-1, 4 25-1, and 5 35-1, and then 50 for 6 or more. When they ladder it like this, you almost can't play it.
Yeah, and you're also, if you bet 0, you're a communist. Come on,
Yeah.
let's be honest.
I feel like they
You're
review.
rooting for no buzzer beaters. Like, come on.
I feel like they review it a lot more now too, and put like point
Yeah.
point
That's
two
true.
back
You're
on
right.
the clock.
It's-
Yeah.
I
You're,
would.
you're also fucking around because you know there's going to be some interpretation of what is a
100%.
buzzer beater
100%.
and what is it. Does it
It's
count?
whenever Raftery says onions. That's the buzzer beater. That's,
Onions.
how many onions total over under?
Oh
in the
man,
tournament?
you mentioned Bill Rafferty. Make sure you check out our Jay Billis interview from yesterday. Some amazing,
Love that.
amazing Bill Rafferty stories, and perfect transition to our next read for Sword Vitality. That's right, unsheath your sword. He was telling some stories about Bill Rafferty. Maybe you're gonna go party, hang out with Bill Rafferty, pick up some chicks, whatever it is. Sword Vitality has you covered. It increases blood flow in ways that help you thrive as a man in the bedroom. Where Dick Olson is actually in studio. You can tell he's just rocking out to this Sword Vitality.
Does he have an erection?
Oh, I mean, I don't. There's
got
never
the
been a
sweater
time.
erection going there at the
There's
bottom
never
there.
been a time where Dick Olson hasn't had an erection, but even he could use Sword Vitality because it helps increase your stamina. I mean, can you imagine Vegas without erections? It would be a desolate place. That's why if you're dealing with the soft sword, nothing to be ashamed of. Unsheath it. For maximum capacity. Go to swordvitality.com. Use promo code SGPN for a nice discount at checkout. That's swordvitality.com, promo code SGPN.
I mean, it's got to be really hard to sheath your sword when it's soft.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's
a lot of sword sheathing here in Vegas.
If you're gonna be, do a little sword play or a little fencing.
Yeah, and
you can't get anything done with a soft sword. Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make sure it fits all the way down to the bottom of the sheath.
You have to know when to come.
All right.
Oh,
Getting back
Jinx.
to the as far as I do like Penn State, not to win the region. I'm not that crazy, but Penn State Sweet 16.
Nice.
Plus 490. Again, Jared will probably point out the mechanical parlay. Probably better because it's, plus 140 parlayed with them at Texas.
There'll be at least a 7-point dog.
So you're probably better mechanical.
You're always better off.
It's annoying.
But also, not only is it annoying, you have to make a second bet. And I understand that can be difficult sometimes because you win a bet and a money line bet, no less, an underdog money line bet. The worst possible feeling is every dime of that doesn't even exist. You have to view it as it's already gone.
Give it back.
You're talking to a guy who, I mean, that's what I did with the Giants in the playoffs.
It's tough, man.
So big win on the Vikings.
If you can make it to the end, and then the next round you're like, what the fuck
big
did I just
disappointment.
do? I had all this money line dollars in my account. And
Sorry, honey.
But I think if you start out with a low enough amount, then it doesn't matter. But also, where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
Like, again, it goes back to what entertainment value do you want this bet to make? You can have a little bit more fun, I think, by betting the future now and just letting it sit in your account.
That's what's annoying, though, because like in football, there is value in futures, but in March Madness, it's almost 100% of the time.
Absolutely.
Unless it's a situation where you're taking a super long shot and like the value of getting that one win and then selling the ticket is better than that first money line, which is sometimes the case.
But also depending on how the bracket breaks, like if it's all upsets,
and then it dips your price.
Exactly. So it just do whatever the hell you want.
The most important thing.
The best gambling advice ever.
100%.
Do whatever the hell you
It's your
want.
freaking money. What is
man.
it going to be an extra like $20 at the end of the day if you're like a $25 better?
No,
like who
exactly.
cares? Just have fun.
PSA, and make sure you do this. I know some of you use fancy apps on your phone to track this kind of stuff. I highly recommend an analog, handwritten cheat sheet for March Madness. There's going to be a
sheet of integrity.
lot of stressful moments where you don't need to be pulling your phone out every 2 seconds and missing the action. You need a piece of paper that's easy to access, and okay, that's right. We're sweating out under 68 for this first half.
Yeah.
And see, what Colby is showing me here with this blank piece of paper is that everything is inside his head.
Steel trap.
The steel trap.
Database.
All right.
Any other props you guys like?
Seed of national champion.
Okay.
So if you were going to take the 1 seed, it's only plus 125. But you have a long shot, Sean.
Yes.
Who do you have? It's
I have UCLA, which is a 2 seed.
Plus 315.
That's not a bad option.
No, that's a good option.
It's not a bad option. I mean, you get what? You get UCLA,
Arizona,
you get Zona,
Marquette, who's playing really well,
and Texas, which I think is certainly capable.
100%.
Yeah, roster-wise.
I'll be honest. I think that's the only way to bet that market.
Yeah. I agree. Co-sign that one.
Because once you get higher, you're better off just betting the team.
100%.
Because it's like what you want 4 7 seeds
and most
at 20
of them
to
suck.
1. Yeah,
you really only want 1 7 seed.
Yeah, you find the right 7 seed.
Exactly.
More likely, we're just going to be.
I do like the other at 100 to 1.
What is it outside
that's
of 8?
Horrible odds, though. That's horrible.
Outside of 12.
Outside of 12. I like that they offer it, but I would not bet it. At 100 to 1, it's still.
You're getting such better odds again just to pick the 12 seeds you like.
You got to offer your customers whatever they might want to buy.
Well, the index props they usually do pretty well from what I heard. Sportsbooks day.
Oh yeah,
they love those.
They're not beatable.
No,
but
they're like 20% hold.
You might hit one from time to time and accidentally have fun.
Shout out to Roger Long in the chat saying it's Jared. I miss seeing you at Jabara at 10 a.m. So, old school Pixwise
LBI RIP.
Yes.
Wait,
they haven't done a show. They haven't done a show since I left Super Bowl.
East Coast or West Coast?
East Coast.
Whoa.
So I was up at 6 a.m. I don't miss that wake up call. Although the dog gets me up most days.
Yeah.
Well, a couple times I did that show. You guys had me on. It was 100%. A lot of fun. And they're like, all right,
back to sleep.
Call-in is at 7:24. I go, oh, fucking A. I got to wake up. I got to get to the studio. I have to let my dog out. I have to set my. I have to give my wife a cup of coffee. Like it's just. Oh,
You played it off well. You were very chipper during the segment.
Oh, it's an espresso shot right
100%.
before we go on air, like a real pro.
We
Get it
appreciate
done.
the Pickswise shout though. That was a lot. That was a fun chapter.
Hell
Fun
yeah.
I
chapter.
agree. What are we doing, Sean? You want to pick the couple games we missed?
Yeah, let's pick the remaining games. Or Colby, do you have any props you want to throw out here? Region winners.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm on the Memphis Tigers. We talked about that. Their odds.
Yeah.
I just love taking a shot. I actually have a future on Michigan State and Memphis to come out of the East.
Wow.
I think both are capable. But I mean, there's a slew of teams that are capable in the East. I think you should get value.
Is 15-1.
Yeah, get value on a long shot in the East. That's a recommendation.
Montana State, Colby says, lock it up.
No, I just did ESPN Missoula. I faded them. All right,
Love it.
Really? Right
faded
to
them.
their-
Sorry.
Right to their
What do you
face.
mean right to their face?
No, that's
Missoula is a
that's
Montana.
Montana.
It's a both.
So they
Montana
wanted to hear
State
that.
last year, that game against Texas State. I love
Bloodbath,
Montana State
right?
last year. That was that made me rethink the Big Sky. And I was looking at the conference ATS numbers. The Big Sky is terrible in the round of 64 against the number. Awful.
No.
Yeah, they've been
The
struggling.
conference ATS numbers in the early rounds are very fascinating.
Some of the
I
think you was
12
it you
and
that
5.
tweeted out
Yeah.
the MAC?
Love
It's
them.
really strong.
And
Yeah.
they've covered 6 straight. And Akron almost beat UCLA last year.
They should have.
That was a good game.
They should have.
Really good game.
Max
And
a good
conference like the Big Ten's been bad. SEC's been bad. That's a future I like. Big Ten under 8 wins.
Oh,
for the
I like
whole
You're talking
tournament.
Kramer's.
8 wins. I only got them
They had
getting.
8 teams.
I
So-
got 1 win.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have 8 teams. If half of them go one and done, that
Yeah.
means the other half have to win 2
games.
each.
Yeah.
I feel
that's
like
a lot.
I feel like I'm being kind now with FDU advancing against Purdue. That might be a tough matchup.
And I know you normally snark a lot, and I know Nevada's getting their ass kicked right now, but I do like the Mountain West this year.
3.5, right?
Yeah.
Well, the other mountain.
Now it's tougher though. You know.
no,
what I mean, with this
but in
I had
fairness,
this though going that way.
in fairness, the other Mountain West teams were much better. Like,
100%.
deserved to be in. This team did not deserve to be in.
San Diego State should win 2 games. Like I think I think in the first game they're favored. I think the next game they'll be a pick 'em.
I wouldn't be shocked if Boise gave UCLA a game, and I wouldn't be shocked if Utah State gave Arizona a game.
Boise's tough.
Yeah.
Boise's tough, and I don't trust. Again, the Big Ten. I'm fading the Big Ten. Northwestern could have been like a 9 seed in the Big Ten tournament if the tiebreakers went another way. They're not a 2 seed in any conference or in any tournament.
Sean, next year we're gonna do bingo is gonna be based on.
Oh, conference tournament?
No.
winners? No, that we wouldn't have enough.
It's gonna be every matchup, and once Colby on air says this game is a toss up, this could be either team. That's a mark on the bingo card. I feel like we're down to only like maybe 12 matchups that aren't.
I
likes every
I got
game.
it all figured out in here, man. All right?
Yeah, what are the
steel
blowouts?
trap.
I'll give you a blow. I think Kansas blows out Howard.
I like that.
I
one.
liked your.
Gus Johnson
20
disagrees.
points. Yeah, I'm sure.
I think Creighton blows out NC State.
Yeah,
Let's
I could see
go.
that. I could see
I
that.
think where was another? There was
You hate
another.
NC State.
St. Mary's. I'm telling you, I think I like that trend a lot. The one you were talking about.
Yeah.
So the 20-point trend coming in off a 20-point loss.
I think
Kansas and St. Mary's.
I think Texas blows out Colgate. I love the Raiders. I think it's a bad matchup.
Colgate first to 15 is intriguing. There's a couple first to 15s I like. Princeton first to 15.
Oh,
that
that's
Ivy League
fun.
offense is tough to
Yeah.
prepare for.
Yeah.
Arizona is going to come out with their hair on fire. And I think they'll eventually settle in, but the early stages there could be interesting.
I
And
like
then
Princeton to
Colgate.
cover that game.
I mean, if they can figure out how to deal with Ballo, who looks like he's going to play and be 100%, that'll be an interest. But I could see Princeton, all those back cuts, motion. It's going to take a while for Lloyd to get through that.
Yeah.
I think Princeton coming out hot first. The first 15 bets are really fun.
I
too,
do
by the way.
like that. I do like.
Yeah.
The Princeton offense always.
There you
always
go.
a classic.
Literally.
They run it
Princeton
there. In
offense.
They
Princeton.
still run the Princeton offense?
That's literally what they're going to run.
All right, Kramer, let's pick the 2 games we got that we didn't get to earlier, ATS.
All right. So again, they split these up. Only one on Thursday. It's in Birmingham, Alabama. It's a South Region matchup. South Region matchup. Alabama laying 24 against our Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders.
The
Yeah.
Islanders.
Fucking
Not the New
nailed
York
it.
Islanders.
Fuck yeah. Well, that RIP the real Islanders.
Great
Yeah.
30 for 30 on
Great
the New
30
York
for 30.
Islanders. That was
Alabama minus 24. This is an amazing money line here. Minus 12,500 for Alabama. Corpus Christi is 25-1 just to win the game. 155.5 is the total. 74 first half under, which is now at 1-3 on the tourney. If you're keeping track.
I'm out on the first half unders,
That's
Ryan.
it. It's done.
I'm
much variance.
I'm going Texas A&M Corpus Christi,
Nice.
catching 24.
No.
The logic is I love that trend of I think it was like 15-6 last year of teams hitting over 75% of the free throws going up against teams that don't hit.
Ooh, I like
that are less than
trend a
75%.
lot.
Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Everyone talked a ton of shit on the final or in the first 4 episode because I like they hit their free throws at 79.9%. Alabama only 72.6. Again, you give them 24 free points, they hit their shots at the line.
Buddy, you were able to live off of the fact that one of their best players, if not their best player, is out that game, and they somehow won because SEMO's trash, right?
Yes.
Well,
I'm not saying they're going to win, Colby. I'm saying they're going to cover 24.
Dude, Alabama destroys teams this year. Ask Jerry Stackhouse how that treated him. You go through the non-con. A good Liberty team, only a 36-point win. I think it's just a bad matchup. I think they're going to destroy. I'm laying it against Corpus Christi, especially without potentially their best player.
Well, and Brandon Miller is going to play every game like it's his last.
Yeah.
Because
And this will be the first time that he's going to actually have to talk to the media since.
Yeah, he's not. He won't be as. I guess.
So we'll see how locked in he is.
Other college.
No collusion.
Alabama has strict university policies about making sure they protect their students. So we might not get as much access as you. I'm with Colby. I think this is. Again, Sean, I'm now referencing our rec league in North Hollywood, which Dick Olson was a part of, where
the Beavers.
We would just get curb stomped, and that
would get destroyed.
Kind of feels like what this is going to be.
I would go over on every Brandon Miller prop in this tournament.
Yeah.
Fine. I think that's like the one angle in these like games where they're favored by a ton and you don't want to lay it. He's just going to go absolutely.
So you're going Alabama minus 24. Jared, you got an angle on here? What do you?
I think Alabama probably covers. But I can't bring myself to lay 24.
Smart.
I think 20 is the max that I'll lay, and that's with Kansas. 24 is a bridge too far. Ken Palm's got the game at 20, so I could see Christi there sneaking through the back door, right?
Yeah, 24 is huge.
24 is a big number.
23.5, I'm on.
That's why they play the games. They don't just play them in a spreadsheet, guys.
Yes. Brandon Miller over rebounding prop would be the one that I would look at.
He does follow his shot.
He really does.
A&M also is a high volume. They're a very fast offense, so more shots, more rebounds. That's usually the vibe there.
Let's do it. All right, let's hop over to Friday, 12:10 p.m. on the West Coast. We're heading to Greensboro, North Carolina for a Midwest region matchup between, unfortunately, Pitt, the 11 seed, and Iowa State, the 6 seed. Iowa State lane 4, minus 175 on the money line. Pitt plus 150. 131.5 is the total. They hadn't released the first half total that I had seen. We will be on the under.
Lock it up.
To me, this is. I know a team always comes out of that play-in game. It's a commandment.
Yep. Pittsburgh's that team for me.
And Colby will tell you that Iowa State.
I know you guys hate Pitt, and Moneyline Max in the opposite room saying eat shit, Pitt.
Maybe you should wait till I finish my point because I might agree with you.
Oh wow! Stay tuned.
Pitt. Colby is going to tell us how Iowa State's very similar to Mississippi State. And if they play the same brand of pussy ass, like I'm better athlete than you, but I'm going to fade away, the same thing can happen. That being said, Pittsburgh shot the lights out, and I don't think that happens again. We're heading to a second first-round game. New sight lines here in Greensboro. Well, no, I'm fading Pittsburgh. Hard fade. Hard fade on the ACC. I'm with Mac.
Saw that coming.
Not a hard fade on the ACC. I do have Miami.
Pitt also qualifies over 75%. Iowa State 67% from the line, and you got them laying 4. No, thank you. Give me the Pitt Panthers catching 4 points. Colby, I assume you're what are you doing? Are you diving deep and taking Pittsburgh?
No. I mean, look, especially knowing that they're big. Their big is still questionable, and then just Iowa State plays in the Big 12, man. You can't compare it to Mississippi State, even though their style of play is similar. Iowa State, ever since they I feel like they hit a rough patch, but they were able to bounce back of it, like end of February when they beat Baylor at Baylor, then Baylor again. I think Iowa State's playing better ball now. I think the Cyclones get it done. It's probably going to be close for a while. They get it done late. Free throws.
Big 12, baby.
Yeah.
And by the way, first half under is 61.5.
Like it. This is tough for me because I can't stand Pitt as a Penn State fan.
I don't like their team. This team seems like they have a horseshoe up their ass.
They're a cover machine. They got 22-10 against the spread this year.
They are a wagon when it comes to the number. They got those two super tall white guys that are twins that are going to be seeing way more time than they should.
I don't know if that's.
It's just a textbook. No, it's just they're just a textbook team that you go, how the hell did they win 2 games in the tournament?
Cover town. I don't know if they win the game, but I think
that.
4 is a cover town for me.
Safe pick.
And I think Iowa State, as much as great run last year. Last year they had Brockington, they had Hunter. Those guys are gone. Hunter's with Texas now. So it's a different Iowa State team. I don't think they have the offense to really make a deep run. So I'll say Pitt covers. Maybe Iowa State sneaks one out, but I kind of like Sean's take. One of these playing teams is going to win.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's Arizona State.
Maybe it is Arizona State.
Look how freaking good they look tonight, but maybe Nevada just stinks.
I think Arizona State is a really dangerous team.
Very dangerous.
And for the whole tournament. I think they're one of the strangest teams.
Really good early in the tournament, too. So
West Coast basketball, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And we'll pick those games tomorrow. We're going to be live tomorrow night. What are we kicking off, Kramer? 8 o'clock Pacific?
8 p.m. ish.
You skipping the Fairleigh Dickinson Purdue game?
Do we have a number?
I didn't think there's a number.
I got a number on that.
What's
23.
All right, 23.
Wow, it opened higher than 20. I mean, Fairleigh Dickinson's the shortest team in the field. They're like their average height's like 6'2".
But Purdue lost to St. Peter's
I know,
when their center was 6'7".
I know. I mean, listen. Purdue has this way of disappointing you in these games. But guess who the best coach is against the spread in the round of 64 active currently?
It's Painter.
Yeah.
He's
really good against the number in the early round.
This is a perfect time to take Purdue.
Yeah.
They're going to get all the hype. People are going to be fired up. I'm with you. I'm on Purdue.
Yeah.
This is setting them up for a massive disappointment later on.
I think I'm with you, too, because their first round, I remember one of those years I called for Old Dominion to beat Purdue in the first round, and Purdue beat them by like 40.
This
they're
does feel
great
like
in the
that.
first round,
Yeah.
I feel like. So let's go with the boiler up.
And then we'll get a really good number against either FAU or Memphis. That's the goal. I want Purdue to win this game by 100.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sometimes in March you got to look at the little scouting report and you're like, wow, this team has multiple people that are taller than the tallest guy on the other team, and that tall guy
Expert analytics right there.
And that tall guy is not even. And then you realize he's like an all-time tall guy.
Yeah,
and
the tallest guy maybe ever.
I'm with you that Edey is a little disrespected right now, so you might want to watch out for that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think for the first time all tourney, 146 was the game total. 69 first half under. So great way to end it there. We'll have the TCU Arizona State or Nevada pick tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah,
No.
who knows? Maybe Nevada pulls it out.
Alfred is known for his late game adjustments.
This is looking like a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pac-12, baby. Let's go.
Horns, right? What do they know? What do the Arizona say? Forks?
I don't mess with no devils.
Forks up.
There's no horns. There's forks.
We don't mess with no devils on this program.
No devil. I'm Christian here. Right?
I miss you, Herm.
Classic Herm.
I know he's on TV,
Yeah.
but I miss him as a coach.
All
All
right.
that cheating that was
Didn't
going
they
on.
leave him like at the stadium?
Oh
After
yeah,
they fired him?
there's a video of
Giving
like
away his playbook.
of the SID walking up and like shaking his. He didn't even get through the end
so
zone.
bad.
Yeah.
For a guy that is the curator of so
Yeah.
many great sound bites and memories
yeah.
over the years, to do him dirty like
You want
that
to crowd him
on the
Crowd him.
field.
Yeah, and that
Come
used to be
on.
his agent.
Ugh,
That used to be his agent
have
when he
some
was.
class, Arizona State.
He's got some cash in the bank.
He does.
He'll
be
be
fine.
Because he don't mess with no devils.
No, he's doing the Lord's work over on
Fucking
ESPN.
coaching a team named the Sun Devils. I don't mess with no devils.
All right, that'll do it for the show. Hey, tomorrow, a.k.a. Thursday night, and Friday, live, youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast. That subscribe button will give you all the picks for Saturday and Sunday's games, recapping March Madness. Thanks to Jared for coming over. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter.
Cheers,
at Jared Smith, right? Or Jared Lee Smith.
Yes, sir. My
There you
mom
go.
really wants that middle name in there. So
Jared Lee Smith
There you
on
go.
Twitter. Check him out on Fox Sports Radio. A bunch of other spots. Always see him on VSiN. Keep killing it over there.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Make sure to enter all our contests. A lot of fun. Kicking off tomorrow. Let's go for the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan
Still on the first half under, Sean.
Kramer. Let it ride.
Dong.